The year is 2012. Tinder is introduced and you're more excited than ever. You're looking for the one, maybe a person to talk to, or an exciting one-night stand. You swipe right and your whole world crumbles down. Congratulations, you're even more lonely now. Let's be real, we had our rose-colored glasses on. We had all thought it was good to have these apps around, and probably none of us could have imagined that an app that promises people to find whatever they're looking for could make them feel even more alone. After all, it's designed for you to find someone. But what if that's a lie that holds a horrifying fact behind it? What if they designed those apps to make you feel even more lonely? Have you ever considered that? Well, I did, and that's why I'm here. But first, let's go back to 1959 for a second. Two Stanford students, Philip Filer and James Harvey, worked on a class project called Marriage Planning Service. For the sake of this project, they developed one of the earliest technology-assisted dating programs using IBM 650. In this project, 49 men and 49 women took a questionnaire, and the match began.
The best matches were made first, and then from the remaining pool, the next best match was made, and so on.
At the end, it was down to one man and one woman, so it matched a Stanford freshman with a 40-something divorcee with kids. That relationship probably did not go far.
You see, it wasn't a huge success, but it was innovative for sure, and well, they got an A. Moreover, this study was followed by lots of other projects. All these initiatives served one and only purpose: to help people find someone they can spend some time with. With the development of technology, everything became way easier. Today, you can download a dating app in seconds and find someone to talk to with a single swipe. The rest is up to you. When Tinder was released, people were quite happy and excited about it. People were wondering if they were going to be able to find someone, even their soulmates and significant others on this app. It's safe to say that their hopes were really high, but they're not to blame here. We'll go back to this topic. The app was launched at several college campuses, and to be fair, it was a good idea. Finding someone from your college with a single swipe or a click sounds really good, and it feels a bit safer since you share a common space. Plus, maybe you don't have the time to socialize enough because of all the classes you have, and this app might keep your social life alive. Not bad at all, right? As expected, Tinder started to expand quickly. By the year 2014, the users completed over 1 billion swipes that ended up with approximately 12 million matches per day. An average user spent 90 minutes a day on the app with the hope of getting a match. As of 2023, Tinder single-handedly has over 75 million monthly active users. But why? Why do so many people use dating apps? Everyone has their reason behind their usage of dating apps. Some do it because they find it easier to meet new people. Some aim to have multiple options. Some believe it's useful since you get to know people before an actual date in person. And for some, it's just for fun. No matter what, it's a solid fact that people keep using such apps, and it won't change anytime soon. People are busy with work, school, etc. And let's face it, meeting with new people using your phone is way easier than going out and finding someone in person. You can be more clear with what you're looking for online, so the process is faster and easier. Let's not forget the pandemic. People were staying in their homes for days trying to survive both physically and mentally. With the decrease of one-on-one human communication, such apps kept getting more and more popular. And at some point, it became a habit for some. In my humble opinion, with everyday problems in our modern world, people no longer want to deal with things or spend their time more than it's necessary. Dating apps such as Tinder offer plenty of options for you to choose from, and you can even meet someone while you're waiting for your microwave to cook your meal. It's as easy as that. So far, everything sounds pretty good. But there's one thing we haven't considered, which brings us to the actual subject of this video. Is Tinder designed to make you feel more lonely? This was the question that popped in my mind and made me work on this video. During hours of research, I've read hundreds of experiences from Tinder users, and I should say, it doesn't look good. Almost any experience I read has one common point. Tinder doesn't make its users feel any better at the end of the day. Some people say that their experience wasn't good since they only matched with people who want to be validated to feed their inner ego. Relationship expert Cheryl Muir explains this by saying, people are using dating apps as a distraction. It's really a mechanism of avoidance, of avoiding wanting to stick with what we're feeling and where that comes from. People are looking for someone to validate them and to confirm their self-worth when really they should be looking within themselves for that. Some complained how almost any match had an ultimate aim of sex and made them feel as if they're just a body instead of an actual human being. So most of these experiences ended up with feeling worthless and disappointed. And let's not forget the ones who didn't even get a proper match. No match means someone didn't swipe you right while you did so. It means they didn't want to give you a shot. This is a way of getting rejected. And of course, it doesn't make people feel good about themselves. And it might even cause confidence issues while increasing self-consciousness. Todd Barrett, a sex therapist, says that having too many options at once is overwhelming and stressful. It distracts people to have meaningful, deep conversations that might bring two people closer. To him, having too many options on dating apps exacerbate or reveal pre-existing loneliness. I completely agree with this statement. In real life, we don't have 10 options at once. Instead, if two people are willing to get to know each other, they try to communicate properly, go on a date, talk about real things, and then decide whether they want to proceed or not. You don't get the chance to ghost them or be ghosted while having a cup of coffee. So the thing is, people who are probably already feeling alone decide to put themselves out there. Then the process begins. When they can't find whatever they're looking for, this feeling of loneliness gets only more intense, leaving them feeling hopeless and desperate because they feel like they tried yet failed while aiming to get rid of that irritating feeling of loneliness. Another thing I want to mention is the addiction aspect of Tinder's design. I've seen lots of people saying that they became addicted to swiping right and left. In fact, Jeanette Purvis, a social psychologist, states that Tinder's interface is perfectly constructed to encourage rapid swiping. She says, and I quote, "Since users don't know which swipe will bring the reward of a match, Tinder uses a variable ratio reward schedule, which means that potential matches will be randomly dispersed. It's the same reward system used in slot machines, video games, and even during animal experiments where researchers train pigeons to continuously peck at a light on the wall. This addiction to swiping right and left creates more options than you actually need, as Todd Barrett mentioned earlier. So with this design, Tinder makes lots of money while people find themselves in a never-ending circulation. So is that it? Is Tinder evil? Of course not. Not all experiences have to end up with disappointment or a feeling of loneliness. I actually have a friend who met this guy on Tinder, and after 5 years of a relationship, they got married last year. I'm sure there are plenty of stories out there, but it's a fact that these beautiful stories are not that common. Still, I don't believe Tinder is evil, but I also think it has design flaws that make people feel even more lonely. At this point, probably the best thing to do is to be aware of all these components and try not to internalize what happens there. Have you ever tried your luck on Tinder? How's your experience? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching. See you in another video.